India AI171 tragedy. What really happened? Welcome back to Aviation Uncovered, where we break down the stories behind the headlines in the world of flight. I'm your host, and today we're diving into the Air India flight AI171 tragedy, one of the most puzzling and heartbreaking aviation disasters in recent memory. Let's set the scene. It's June 12, 2025. Air India flight AI171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, is on the tarmac at Ahmedabad Airport, preparing for a routine international flight to London. The weather is clear. The aircraft is nearly full, 241 people on board, including passengers and crew. No signs of trouble. The Dreamliner begins its takeoff roll. Everything appears normal. But then, just seconds after lifting off the runway, a series of events unfolds that will shock investigators around the world. Pause EX600. According to the preliminary accident report, both engines of the aircraft lose thrust almost simultaneously. The data shows something remarkable. The fuel cutoff switches for both engines were moved from run to cutoff within about a second of each other. For those who might not know, these switches are not just buttons. They are protected, require intentional force, and are designed to prevent accidental activation. Cutting off fuel to both engines during climb-out is quite simply catastrophic. Cockpit voice recordings reveal the confusion and horror in those final moments. One of the pilots can be heard urgently asking, "Why did you cut off the fuel?" The other pilot immediately replies, "I didn't touch it." Neither pilot claims responsibility. Both seem shocked. Desperate, the crew attempts to recover. They return the fuel switches to run and try to restart at least one engine. But at this point, the aircraft is already descending rapidly. There's simply not enough altitude or time to recover. The plane crashes into a residential area just beyond the airport perimeter. In a matter of minutes, 260 lives are lost, including 19 people on the ground. Miraculously, one person survives. Now you might be wondering, was there a technical failure? Did something malfunction? According to the report, no mechanical fault was found with either the engines or the fuel systems. The aircraft's maintenance records were clean. The engines, both modern GE GNX-1B turbofans, showed no signs of failure before the fuel was cut off. There was no evidence of fire, explosion, or sabotage. So, what could have caused those fuel cutoff switches to move? This is at the heart of the investigation. The switches are protected by covers and require a deliberate mechanical movement. Investigators are considering several possibilities: pilot error or confusion. Could one of the pilots have mistakenly activated the switches during a stressful moment? Miscommunication in the cockpit. Were there conflicting instructions or a breakdown in crew resource management? Unintentional action due to distraction, fatigue, or other human factors? Mechanical or electrical anomaly. Though not found so far, could a hidden technical glitch have played a role? The report stresses that the movement of the switches requires deliberate and forceful action. This has raised serious concerns in the aviation community, because under normal circumstances, it should be virtually impossible to cut off fuel to both engines by accident, especially during takeoff. In the aftermath, there's been a global response. The Indian authorities have launched a full investigation, assisted by experts from the United States, NTSB, Boeing, General Electric, and the FAA. Meanwhile, Air India has grounded and inspected all Boeing 787s in its fleet as a precaution. Aviation experts are watching closely because this is the first fatal crash involving the Boeing 787 Dreamliner since its introduction in 2011. The 787 is considered one of the safest and most advanced jets flying today. This incident challenges long-held assumptions about cockpit design, crew training, and operational safety. Public reaction has been one of shock sadness, and a desire for answers. Families are demanding to know how such a tragedy could happen. Pilots around the world are discussing cockpit safety and the risks of human error, even in highly automated aircraft. At this stage, no blame has been assigned. The investigation is ongoing, with more data to analyze and many questions to answer. Was it simply a mistake, a rare, one-in-a-million event? Or is there a deeper systemic issue that needs to be addressed? We'll keep following this story as it develops. For now, all we can do is honor those who were lost, support the survivors and families, and hope that answers and changes will come from this tragedy. Thank you for joining me on Aviation Uncovered. I'm your host, and I'll be here with updates as the investigation continues. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.